organise ourselves a small bit here now. Get baited up and get going. Mark, well, welcome back. Bad news is the water is absolutely filthy, so I don't think there's going to be any mullet today, but I brought an extra few crabs just to fish the bottom a bit harder and maybe pick up a bass. There could be some really good bass here as well, so if I do get one, it will be worth it. The wind's changed completely around. Terry, how's it going, man? And it's muddied up the bottom. Terry, there's a lot of mullet fishing. What do you reckon, Terry? Is it worth having to go with the spinner with the bottom so, or with the whole thing so stirred up? Is the wind getting it there, guys? It's blowing twice as hard as it was. Oh, DIY is a bad job. I'm going to drop down the stand a little bit. It might save the ears from the wind. But not if it won't. Mark, welcome all the way from England. How is that looking now, guys? Or how's it sounding? Yeah, so no sound, Brendan. It's great to hear that, because there's no point in doing a video and then no one can hear anything. I just dropped it down now, not even 6 inches. The difference 6 inches can make, huh? Ashley, crab being baited up as we speak. Size 1/0 Camazan short shanks. And it's the filling tide today as well, guys, rather than we've been on the drop the last few times. Right, the first trace is ready. Anyone watching the first cast yesterday would have seen me almost cast the stand into the water, which was a bit embarrassing. There was definitely fish there when I cast. Something came out of the water, so I'm assuming there is still mullet there. Hope you can hear me there now. Again, it just cut out for a second, guys. And bass for a barbecue, wouldn't that go nicely? I cannot figure out where I put my traces. They can't be gone far, like. a load of tide here today on the fill, which we kind of expected. Only I could lose a trace like this. What a job to find that trace in a small bag. I'll get these two traces out and have a cut in with the spinner for the mullet. I definitely spooked one when I cast there because there was a big splash just outside where I landed the lead. Oh, and how's it going, man? It's a big thanks as well, guys. Everyone that's watching these. It really. Oh, thanks, Dave, man. Sound for the share. But I was saying, you need to get up to 4,000 hours. So I'm nearly at that now, which is something I never thought would happen, to be honest about it. Just a bit of fun. But hopefully there'll be a couple of more fish. Paul, I don't know will I get any mullet today, man. It's really, really mucky water. The wind has swung all the way around and it's stirred up the seabed, so you can't see anything now. Tim, how's it going? Come on, Brendan, I wasn't watching. Oh yeah. I'm going to go for 10 fish today if I fish the 2 rods in the hour and a half. It's not going to give much chance for mulleting though. Oh, that's got a bit slack there. Is that a bass? Usually the way to tell a difference between a bass and a flounder bite is the bass will keep at it, keep moving, whereas the flounder tends to hit it and kind of sit. But that's dropped very slack there. We're going to have a look at it. Oh, I think it's a flatty, yeah. It's dropped my line back nicely. We'll take a chance, lads. I think it could be a small bass, but we'll take a chance. Get the other bait out, find out then. So once we can all agree to blame Owen if I do miss the fish, then we're good to go. Flatty top hook, that's a confident call. Terry, I think it's a schoolie myself as well. Get the other trace out. Usually I wouldn't reel in this quickly, but oh yeah, I'd say schoolie boys. Dropped off again there now. Right, we're going for it. Tighten up that one. A touch. Right, I'm gonna turn you around, guys. A bass and a flat, that wouldn't be too bad, would it? Right, action time. I'm stuck in a load of fucking metal. Ugh. It's in under the weeds. I don't know if you can hear me. Could be a big flatty. Who called the bass? A baby at best. Who called it? Terry, you didn't all, man. Stuck around the weeds, so it added a bit dirty, he'd be pushing it. Right, 9 fish to go. Someone's been burning tyres here or something similar, and it's a pain in the arse, so it is. Oh, I'll get you back on the main rods again. Drop this one down with it. How are lads? Two more lads now, going to do a bit of fishing as well. So if anyone gets a big fish, I'll be able to run down and get them on camera as well. What I'm going to do now is just throw on a couple of legs and bulk up those baits. It's Yuki Kenta, Terry. I think it's about 0.23, so it's maybe a small bit light for this estuary, but I love it. Or 0.26 maybe. I can't talk highly enough about it. I saw it first in Barcelona. 9 to go, Peter is right. I see you had a bit of a session yourself. Now I'm going to reuse the crab on that one, because I wasn't expecting a quick fish. This is where double shotted really make things easier. Own bass, here for the bass. We're on the ball though. like I said, two of the lads there now over from the club have arrived. They're going to fish just down a bit further. So if they're onto a big fish or a good fish, we can get them on camera as well, hopefully. Oh, that one's gone really slack again. That's just badly set up. That should make it a bit better to see for everyone. Anthony, yeah, I don't think there's any rays up here. I've only ever heard of one being caught up here. Well, and actually that was a guy who was out digging worms when he was crossing over. A big thornback past him and he stabbed him with the pike. Scared the life out of him. Now the other trace I have here is a big mad, looks like a 4-0 Camazan. So I'm thinking for a bit of fun I might stick that out. Jason, yeah, look, he is right. Like I was saying to anyone that's tuning in, that I'm over in Ireland, so it's perfectly okay for me to fish for a brief period. Yeah, and it's one small one, first cast. Hoping to get a couple of more now. Ben, how's it going? It's actually really dirty water here today, so I think the mulleting is kind of out the window. I would like to get like one of the lads was saying that you pick up the bass as well using the mullet and the spinner technique. So I think we might still be on for a bit of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel a few of the crab and have them kind of ready to rebait with, and I think I will get the float out, because if I get a fish on that, it'll be better than anything. Yeah, I actually found a Turkana float at home that I used to use when I was fishing for gars, and it's 50 grams, so I should really be able to get that out there. Of course, the real danger is snapping off and looking like a bit of a tit, but it wouldn't be the first time I've done that. If anyone wants to share the stream to anyone, more than welcome, into any groups or anything like that. It will definitely help me in the long run. The arms are in bits today. Got a new strimmers. Anyone who's ever been made to strim anything knows the pain. Show you some of the peelers there now. Some right good ones around at the moment. David, man, you've no idea at brownie points. I was even up to the rubbish tip for the mother-in-law and everything. Went all out with the crawling today. But to be fair though, Mary's one of the nice mother-in-laws, so it's not too bad. Jason, actually you must be close enough to Rory in Swords Angling Centre there. He saw it, I was making a show of myself, so he's told me he's going to send down some bits. Caught me on a bit, props and proper gear. Now, nearly ready to go on the old bubble float one. I have to get a cushion. Oh, definitely, Brennan. But what I did is I took the cream of the peelers, so most of them are like this. It's great to see it there now. So they're really so the ones I brought are like this. No, Yanis, man. That's it on the right hand side there, you can see the windmill. Easy peelers is exactly right. What can you do? James, I don't spin for bass an awful lot. That's the bubble float now. It's a 50-gram one. Please ignore the big ugly link on the bottom of it. That's not very professional at all. I don't really spin for bass an awful lot, and I don't know why, because every time I see anyone catch a few, I say I'm going to have a go at that. And then I never end up having a go, which is a bit ridiculous, really. As you can see there, Ben Butler from the UK dropped a few comments. Ben saved my bacon over at the Euros recently. Gave me a loan of his rod and reel when I was in need. Yeah, Jez, that's something I really need to do more of. Especially like with the likes of Banna around there, like there's so many good marks to spin from. The only time I ever did a bit of spinning was back in Banna, and I really enjoyed it. Alright lads, this is what we have. Spinner blade, Maddies. I'm going to nip off that tail off that fella. Is that enough Maddies? More Maddies? Less Maddies? What do you think? I don't have a clue. Yeah, it's very handy to have a few peelers in the fridge. I think we're going to get a bit of a relaxation after the 5th here in Ireland. hopefully they'll allow us to go a bit further. People are going mad, and I don't think anyone's going to keep going, or a lot of people aren't going to keep going with this kind of lockdown thing unless they get a bit of a reprieve, is my thinking anyway. But I am certainly not an expert on it. Well, as I have to say, I really had hope for a couple of more fish. Oh, this is the thing, like, and though the pairs comes around, and the biggest bass are nearly always caught on lures, and I always say, do you know what, I'm going to do more of it, and then, like, we just don't get to go out. Then work gets in the way, which is a disaster. Being a grown-up also gets in the way, I suppose. Right, the Maddie one is ready. We're going to try this little bay on the right and see if we can't tempt something out, and just hope to God not to snap off. No, that's no crack at all when you can't see the mullet chasing it. I have to put a shimmy on with this other trace as well, or these other rods. See if we can't get something out of it. Half an hour, one fish, putting the pressure on. I suppose there's any bites while I was gone. We're just out in the middle of the estuary as well, which is messing. Like, I suppose if you're going to put down tyres, you have to make sure that they're not going to be swept all over the place. But I'd be absolutely heartbroken if somebody came and took 100 of my tyres. Seamus, what do you reckon? I'd have a heart attack anyway myself, I have to say. Seamus, how's it going? One bass, first cast. Very small though. It's absolutely... it's really dirty water here today though, so I'm not too confident in getting any mullet or anything. I cast out the float and I've left it there. You see the rod on the right hand side. It's inside that little bay that we saw all the mullet action on yesterday, or in the last couple of times. But again, confidence isn't overly high for a mullet. I did spook something quite severely when I cast, but what that was is a mystery. Tell you what though, I miss my waders for putting the bait on when I'm putting it on, resting it on. To try and increase my fish tally, I'm going to put on a couple of smaller hooks. The match angler in me is breaking out. The 4-0 that I threatened to use is in the bag again. Got a lighter lead in this one as well, so hopefully it'll float along in the current nicely. Maybe pick up a couple of fish. I hope you're watching up the north, Barry, with your new TV. Well, lads. Well, the other lads there has got a nice rattle. Hopefully it's a good bass. It's a good flat, I'd say, at the top of the water there. Oh, it's a belter of a flatty. It's a stingray. Oh, the first stingray of the year. There you go. I'll come out of the way here now, let the lads go. Well, for anyone asking, do you get stingray here? No, what a king. First stingray of the year, 2020. There you go. Get nice back out of the way here now. Huh? Is it time to stop places, is it? Now the lads here aren't very used to the stingray, so I just got to give them a hand. So if I got out of my own trace, it would make it easier. Expertly done. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to move you out of the way here, lads, a second until I get the in my hand. Put you back on the rods for just a second. Top angler here, Paddy Mac. First stinger of the year, lads. Just like that. There you go. What are the chances of getting that live there now, lads? Gone off away, bit of a rest in the shower, in the shallows. I thought it was a massive flounder first. There you go. Do you know what? Maybe it's worth staying around for a bit. That's one way to make you forget about mullet fishing, isn't it? Well done, that man. Very frustrating there not to be able to run over and give a hand. Usually everyone, when you get a stinger, pitch in and help out. But trying to stay away from each other, very frustrating, especially with a fish like a stinger that can do a bit of damage to a guy. Some small ones as well. Well, there you go, lads. I have to say I'm a bit jealous about that. Yeah, a nice one for the species hunt. But if there's one stinger here, then there's more. That's for absolutely sure. In my experience. Level up the camera a bit there now again. Just I can't believe we got that on camera as well. Everyone was wondering, did they arrive yet, are they in? But that's the first one in the bay 20 this year. And get it on live camera as well. Obviously it would have been nicer to get it myself, but at the same time, absolutely delighted for Paddy landing it. When all this lockdown stuff is over, there's going to be a good bit of fishing for the stingrays. And Shane there that landed that one was there the day that I got my big one out in Derrymore. So I definitely owe him a big stinger to help him land it. But videoing his young fella getting one there, even though he's getting very tall, was a good feeling too. Paddy said it was a cracker of a bite as well. He thought it was a bass, good bass. At this very moment in Tralee, there's guys with Google Maps out measuring how far this place is from their home. Very jealous of a few of the lads there that live right alongside the spa. Yeah, I was thinking about the spa. If they moved it out to 5 kilometres, I'd definitely be just on the eastern edge of where I'd love to be, but I'd be very happy with it. Great chance of thornies, ungulates, stingers. No, Brendan, and it's a big enough tide as well. But there's a lot of food down here as well, but nobody fishes down here, don't forget, as well. So, like, this place probably hasn't been fished in about 3 years. I'm going to get that left rod in now, change up that bait as well. Now that we know that there's big fish here, I'm glad I've got the 20-pound snoods. I'm gonna have to get a pillow for this rock. I tell you what, I'm very sorry that I put out the small rig at all. I would like to get a couple of more fish just for the camera. Of course, if one of them happened to be a 20-pound stinger, then well, what could we say about that? Oh, I'm going to land it as a question. The wind seems to have dropped off a bit as well now, so hopefully you're not getting deafened by that anymore. Joe, the biggest one I ever had was 50 pounds 8 ounces in the off Derrymore in the Tagaray a few years back now. But as I was saying, Shane there, that's whose son just had the fish, he actually landed it on the day as well, so I really owe him one for that. So I'm really hoping this year that we can get out and he can get one and I can get one bigger. Yeah, staying safe, it's a disaster, but what can you do? Like, there's big hopes that it's going to be relaxed a bit after on the Friday of the 5th, before the 5th here. I suppose one person sick is too. A nice big stinger for the camera now would be superb. I am, yeah, actually. I was feeling the pressure of not getting a few fish. I think we could be near the high, or the top of the tide here. Except with the 10 fish. Yeah, who knows, Brendan, who knows? It'd be great to be able to get lads over fishing again, though, and things, wouldn't it? Not this whole year. And kind of getting prepared for next year instead. So that's not good, but like the Pairs is a small enough event at the same time. I must get myself a proper flag for our class for this. A proper flask. The one I have has decided it's a leaky one, which is a disaster. I think it's time to get some proper baits back out again. Their little match rig is it's not going to get one of their stingers, is it? Cheers, Doctor. Yeah, it would be nice to get another fish now. Like I said, I think we're at the top of the tide here, so it's never good if the tide start moving again, maybe. Then again, can't complain. There's lots of guys that can't get out at all, so just to be out at all is a nice thing. I tell you what though, when these restrictions are lifted, there's going to be some amount of guys out fishing. Half an hour to go. Is there a stinger for the rest of us, I wonder? I think it all comes down to how much you're looking to spend, really. Shimano almost bulletproof. The Shimano Ultegras are pretty reasonably priced, and they very rarely have anything go wrong with them. There's the Akios line of reels, the air loops and things, but to be honest, I haven't used them a whole pile myself. But a lot of guys seem to really like them too. But I find it very hard to get away from the Shimano Ultegras. Pin Battle too, yeah, they're very strong reels. It depends on what you're fishing for. Like if it's off of clean beaches and things like that, the Ortegra is the way to go if you're going to be fishing off the rocks, or fancy taking on some of them skate and things like that. Then you're into the pin battle type things. A lot of my fishing is light fishing, though. It wouldn't be more than maybe 18-pound main line would be a lot for me. Even when I fish for the stingers, it may be only 15-pound main line that I'd use. Oh, definitely bomb-proof is the right way to put it. Mark, yeah, definitely, they're two great reels. They won't let you down. They are a bit more, but like when I started out, I had cheaper reels. The Gravel Zeus, the one I remember spending nearly €100 on, and so it lasted fine. And I bought the Zenith that lasted one session, and it caved in on me. And I wouldn't have been very heavy on reels at the time. Sean Og, you missed the first stinger of the year live on YouTube. But there seems to be a bit of light of weed on the line on the left rod, but it was just pulled out of the water there. So there's something a bit more substantial behind it. Oh, there's a big section of weed outside. Yeah, one of our top junior anglers around the place had a stinger there. Thought it was a big bass first, but stinger, not a very big one, maybe 5 or 6 pound. Mark, yeah, I really hope to see the guys in the UK allowed to fish again. No problem, Patrick. It's tough going, seeing everybody, and everyone's getting a bit narky as well, because like fishing's a great stress reliever for a lot of guys, so it's not good to be thinking about these things, to be cooped up all the time. Oh, do I reel in the one on the left and rebait, or do I put on the fresh crab on the right hand one? A lot of weed moving through now on the top of the water, but thankfully it seems to be just that on the top of the water. Right, we'll chance the left hand one and we'll get that baited up again as quick as we can. Just move you around a small bit. Luke, how's the going, man? Paddy just had a stinger there. Turn you around another bit maybe. Fish alright, but not the right home about. Oh, you're never going to believe this, boys. So adjust the old camera on this one. Might be something a bit exciting here. Oh, you beauty!
Teddy's one, is it?
It's only a baby, but it's a beautiful baby. What do you think of that, boys? YouTube live Stingray and Kerry. What's this going on? I'll check that one, lads. Now, hopefully I'm going to be able to show you here without doing any damage to either me or him how to do this. Now, if you look at the back of him there, he's actually got a double spike on his tail. There you go. For anyone just tuning in, first stinger of the year, and to say that I'm over the moon is an understatement. We're not going to mess around, we're going to get him back straight away. There you go. First one of the year. Don't see that too often. So absolutely over the moon. Barbecues for everyone, beers and everything. Oh lads, what about that? Who needs mullet? Who wants mullet? Stinger over a mullet. I can't believe that, lads. Do you know what? I was thinking of a few things that might have been caught here, and absolutely never did I think I was going to get a stinger. Not alone to see two come in. So, for everyone that didn't bother showing up for the live stream, missed it. Now, a little trick for anybody wishing to target stingers themselves in the future. That's how big the bait was. Even though that was only a small guy, stingers only have small mouths, and you have to remember that when you're targeting them. Even the big ones don't have... Peter, do you know, I didn't take any picture for the species hunt because I'm going to be honest about it. I do have the card with me, but I don't think it's fair for me to be fishing while other guys can't. And I'm holding out for a big one. If we were allowed to be, you know, as normal, I'd have got the lads there to take a few photos and things, and I'd have taken a bit more time and got them to have a look. Yeah, Anthony, remember where show us what I know about fishing. Although I did say that there was one here. Yeah, Anthony, I really let myself. Do you know what, Peter? I really want to get a big one as well, so I'm going to do a lot of fishing for them this year. The last thing I expected to come in here today, lads. I never even entered my mind that one might come in here. Not a mind two. The thing that's killing me though is silly sausage. They're saying about, well, the first thing I saw was 3 hours, and the second thing I saw was an hour and a half. So I'm only going to fish for in and around the hour and a half until I can get that clarified. I have asked a couple of guys, so I'm not going to mess around. A live session on a surf beach will be hard to do, just because there's a great opportunity. I'll drop the phone into the surf. But if I can figure out how to, I will definitely. I was thinking about trying to rig up a proper tripod for it. The one I have is only a small one. Also, Brendan O'Connor, did you call that stingray bite a bit of seaweed only? Out of curiosity. No sign of the guards. I checked it out. I actually stopped into the guard station and asked about it, and they clarified that the guidelines were correct. I'm waiting on a further clarification on the length of time that a brief period is considered to be. 3 hours was the first one I saw, but I don't know if that is correct or not. So I'm not going to stay for 3 hours, even though I'd absolutely love to. If I could now, I'd stay here for 5 or 6 hours. I have a purple snack to keep me going. Up to 58 guys now tuned in. It's amazing. About 10 minutes of this now, guys, and I'm going to head in. Yeah, silly sausage, just don't forget, the guidelines are, like, some waters are closed, so you have to just check that out. 2 kilometres from home, or inside it, you're not allowed to drive there, you're not allowed to go in groups, and you have to stay more than 2 metres away from all other anglers, which, as you saw there with the lads, even though, like, when you get a stinger like that, you really want to help the guy with you. It's just good etiquette, because they are dangerous fish. Luke Hannafin, how's it going, man? But so just be careful and make sure that the river or the lake or whichever it is you're going to is actually open. You don't want to get in trouble. Pike is something I'd love to have a go for someday. I've never actually had a go for one. Always been fascinated by them since I was a young fella. I couldn't understand how the coarse anglers hated them. There's a running joke with myself and your brother that just Stingray. But it's a great sight to see the small ones in like that. It means that there should be a lot of them in the bay. Of course, there's been very little actual commercial fishing going on in the bay because of this. Like, there's just not the demand for the fish. So this could be an amazing year for fish in the bay. Hopefully. It's 2 kilometres, don't forget. 2 miles is a longer way. But, like, they're saying not to go to busy places either. So if the beach you live within the 2 kilometres of was a busy place, then you would draw trouble on yourself. That's kind of breaking the guidelines a bit. Although they could be interpreted differently. So I definitely suggest staying within the guidelines if at all possible. 2 kilometres is a lot further than you think as well. You wouldn't expect it to be as far as it is. It wouldn't even be considered taking a chance. I'm not too sure what way the fisheries are up in Loughdorg. I've never been up there. Jason Daly, no problem, man. It was great as well to get a message off the guys that were working with the ambulance service in Tralee on their break Tuesday evening. Tuesday evening it was. It was nice to know that there was some guys that were on the front line that were enjoying the stream as well. If only time wasn't running out on us, we could definitely spend another couple of hours here, I'd say. Definitely need to pick my sitting rock a bit better. Mackerel season has been later and later for us. The past few years, it was not hardly any mackerel season last year. It was nearly November. The stinger was on crab. I brought a few maddies as well, but the water was really dirty, so I never even bothered. Liz McMahon, welcome aboard. Should have seen Paddy's one. First stinger in the bay this year, which is a nice little achievement. It's like the first salmon of the season, except way more important. And there's very few lads can say that they've got the first stinger of the year. Still amazed that any stinger were caught, never mind 2. Just goes to show they're reaching off a lot further in than we think. Maybe the tag array, this is where we should be coming. There'll be 2 arrays on the board there now. No big hiking either. No busy spots. Every little nudge now I keep telling myself it's another ray. No bother, John. I'm going to retrieve that right hand rod now. Unfortunately, time and tide waits for no man. Last minute. Don't think there's going to be anything on it. God, how I'd love to be staying for another little bit. But who knows, if lads are enjoying it, I might try and have another go. Maybe earlier in the day this week, hopefully. Depends on this place is very tidal, so you can only do so much. But no, that's it. Oh, I gotta get this in as well, lads. Now guys, unfortunately that's it for today. I don't want to act a maggot like I said, so I'm going to sign off and get this gear sorted and get home. I surely made up for it by getting the stinger and witnessing the first stinger of the year. So like always lads, leave a couple of comments and everything will be deadly. Like I said, I can get the more ideas I get for videos the better. As soon as this lock tongue gets out, we're going to be going after the big stingers and the undulates and things like that as well. So like I said, keep tuned and keep commenting, and thanks for everyone for coming in tonight.